Alright, so we're back in the 1957 Caravanner. We're almost done. We're wrapping up the project. I don't know if we'll get a complete outdoor wrap kind of thing because of course the client is really anxious to get their trailer, and unfortunately we're running a little behind on everything. But we've got the interior back in. We've got the new fridge. As you can see, we'll walk through some of the systems. We re-laminated the countertops. Went with something very similar to what was there. It's a neutral. It matches the shellac kind of orangey amber cabinet tone. The outlets are in. The light fixtures were in last time. All of the furniture, cabinetry is in. The shower is in. We'll do some close-ups of that. That was kind of taxing because we did have to raise up the shower pan to accommodate the the grade that we needed for the ABS and the P-trap and all that, and then the stainless pan and some things like that. As far as like what I would change and what I would do again, there's some, especially with this model, there's just some things that going back to the original, it didn't work, so we had to make some adaptations, some creative liberties. Again, it has a standard toilet. The shower pan stainless. They are painting the inside of the trailer because it was the original Zolatone, but they're going back, they're going to paint it white. That's something the owner is going to do. Again, it didn't have the original window back there, so we're taking a later model window, a hair window, out of a 63 Safari, and we're going to use it as the back window. It's nice. It's kind of centered on the room, and it looks a little off-center off the back, but again, I mean, everything back here is sealed with the tape and the RTV and sealants, and it's just all sealed with what I like to call, what do I call it, James? The tape? What's the tape called? The
gray,
the brutal tape?
Butyl.
Butyl. Butyl. I can't ever say it right, so go ahead and make fun of me. I don't care. Again, the brains of the operation are right here. We went with a smaller converter. I'm not really crazy about this brand, but because of the size and restrictions of where we needed to put it, that's what we had to go with. And then, the number of amps. They have a USB. They're going to have a 6-inch mattress, original deck. So they have a USB back here and an outlet, and a nice shelf back here. Light switch right here, and then they also have another light over top of the bed area. This is a curtain area, right, or like a curtain hanger, so they will be able to do curtains. And here's that nifty fluorescent light there. Oh, it's slow, the ballast is slow. So this is the fluorescent light. It has a neat kind of deflector. It can either be up light or down light, but man, it has a nice old hum to it. As I mentioned before, they took out the sink, or they wanted the sink gone, so we used the same laminate over here. Excuse the dirt, it's dirty. They didn't want the sides to go back, so we just kind of tried to, it'll eventually darken up as the light hits it. We put in the antenna, the digital booster, and it has a 12-volt there with a 110, so they can actually put a TV here, a moderate size, smaller TV, and then it can swing out either way. We put another 12-volt. James, you're gonna have to do a reach around. There's another 12-volt over there, and then there's the water heater turn-on switch. It's a technical term, folks. Turn-on switch. So James did a wonderful job polishing all the chrome, all the original chrome, and we did have to do some of the, redo some of the original edging. But the stainless, he was able to get a nice polish on. The cove mold back there, and then some of this original stainless. And then the sink surround, we did have to put in a kind of a later model, but same style. Faucet. This fridge is neat. It's a Chef Magic. It's Magic Chef, dyslexic. It doesn't take up the whole cavity. That's the only thing I'm a little disappointed in. But it's got a nice vacuum on it as far as sealing. But I still think we're going to need to put a little clasp on it, because going down the road they'll lose it. They'll lose their shit. It'll go all over the place. As I say shit. Our battery is doing something funky that it should not be doing. This is our just real amp meter, and again we have a tank sensor over here and water pump. Yeah, see the lights flicking. So we've got a little battery issue we've got to work out. It is not charging the way it should. So it's always these little bugs that people want the trailer really quick, but we got to work out these little bugs, and that's just the way it goes. That's every, that's every build. The dinette, or excuse me, the gaucho up here turned out really nice. Again, somebody had manipulated it a little bit, raised it up, so we were able to dress it out and kind of rebuild the front shelf and the back shelf, and reinstalled the old shelf up there, the antenna, new outlets, and again another USB up front. The gas, we will be hooking up the gas heaters again, and this gas heater actually needs to be rebuilt, so we're going to work on that afterwards and reinstall it later. We bench tested it, it just didn't work. It needs a lot of, excuse me, TLC. So we'll go to the outside a little bit, but James wants to get a shot of just the shower, and you'll notice something different from stock. We did have to raise this up, so the guys were able to remake that nice panel, the curved panel, able to reuse a lot of the trim. So there's not a lot of difference in what you're seeing from the stock layout. There's a table that's portable, and it's an Airstream table, but it's a weird one. The fact that it doesn't fold up, it's one of their non-foldable ones. AC works, it's nice, it's in. Oops. Fan first. Okay, I think that's about it with this unit. We still have to put on the Luan. We still have to put down the Luan in it and run gas lines. I think I already mentioned that. But it was a fun project. I wish we could have taken it all the way, but again, the customer still wanted to finish some stuff. Again, they're painting it white, and then they're putting down the VCT tile. I would have liked to run the VCT tile through, majority of it. It just makes it consistent, makes it a little bit easier. A lot of cutting has to happen when you're doing it like this. So, that's about it. Maybe you'll see another installment. Maybe you won't. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm gonna drink some coffee.